The Noob Squad, an alternative commentary collective podcast.
What's up, players? Welcome along to the Noob Squad podcast. You're here with Player One Storm, and as per usual, Tim Wright, who has really just claimed everything there is to do with being a Player 2 character. It's Chris Crazy. G'day, mate.
G'day, guys. How are we all feeling today?
Yeah, so tired. It's a Thursday.
Yeah, well, maybe we should apologise for not uploading on Monday. Joe Shuka's been under the weather.
Yep.
So we were like, we'll do it Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you're ever listening, actually, and there's no potty on a Monday, it'll be coming out on that Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In which case we can't do it on that Thursday. It'll be back to the following.
We'll do two on the Monday. Okay.
And that voice you would have heard is Player 3, who is always down for a bit of a one-up mushroom. It's Joe Shuka.
Thanks, mate. I quite like the stars too.
Yeah,
the star release. Yeah, that's really nice. So I felt a bit awkward jumping in there, because you hadn't introduced me. So I hope that was all right.
Yeah, actually, just real quick, what are the rules on that? Should we just if you haven't been introduced yet,
I don't think you say anything. Yeah.
Well, it depends if we're doing tedious days of the week upload chat or not.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
If we are, that's fine.
Then it's okay to chime in, but
But
it's
if
a normal Monday.
if we're riffing, if me and Storm are spitting flames over here, and then you chime in then that's not on.
And ruin the
okay.
flow,
Yeah, and
man, I
9
hate
times
that.
out of 10, it's going to be that second option.
Yeah.
So-
I feel like I've stitched myself up here as Player 3 because I'm always going to be the last one brought in.
Oh, big
to a
time.
conversation
Oh,
as
exactly.
well,
So
yeah.
I think just in general, man, just shut your mouth.
What if-
Okay, cool.
And if I decide that I don't want to bring you in until the end, that's my choice.
I reckon we should bring him in at least after Keezy on the pulse. You know what I mean? Then bring him in.
Oh, okay, so no further than Keezy on the pulse.
No earlier. But that's our admin we can do going forward.
Yeah, I will add that into the show minutes. Keezy, last time we caught up with you, man, you were doing some stuff on Elden Ring. What's the latest experience?
Okay, so let's talk through Elden Ring. Put the game in, right?
Yeah.
And I'd been playing Hitman. Oh, that was the ejector. Yeah,
I
nice.
like how you specify what you did with the game.
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that.
Yeah. So I put the game in and fired it up.
Yeah.
And
Was the controller already on at this point, or
I turned the PlayStation on using the controller.
Smart.
Smart. It's not what it sounds like. And I'd just come from Hitman, which had been here's your mission briefing. This is what you got to do. You got to go assassinate this guy. That's fine, real easy. Then you go to Elden Ring and you forget how hard Dark Souls games are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? From soft games. And I had someone message me. I can't find the DM, which is a pain in the ass. But he was like, bro, you started the same as me. You start out, you go through the tutorial level. Immediately they put you in front of this giant boss guy on a horse. Don't fight him. This guy messaged me. He's like, I've tried to fight that guy for 2 hours. I couldn't, so I quit the game. And so I did a public service announcement last time. Please don't fight that guy. Go skip him. Put a little marker on the map with a little skull so you know to come back when you're tougher.
right.
And then you go and do everything else. And I've gone from it being so punishing, as I said to Shucks yesterday, or maybe it was you, Storm.
Yeah, it's me.
It is now in my top 3 favorite games of all time, and I'm
Whoa.
like a quarter of the way through it. That is how good.
Is it a win over?
No, it's just hitting all the right chords. The combat is so there's all these different weapon types, and they've all got such advantage. It's just epic and massive, huge.
Have you got Elden? Are they paying you in the back?
Yeah.
I wish.
You're on that big Elden Ring money.
That was massive love for Elden Ring compared to
But-
the last couple of weeks.
Honestly, it's just so hard to explain. It's sort of like The Witcher. The storytelling's different, but the scope and size of the game and the depth of the combat is just like nothing I've ever played.
All right, talk to me about the female characters in there. Then Elden Ring. If it's
we want
Witcher,
a BSA to go with your PSA.
I'm not doing a BSA, right? So, I mean, you can be male or female, which I really like. You can literally make whoever you want, do whatever you want.
No one messaged me about my PSA, by the way. I thought that was
That was a hot take on something, wasn't it? Wasn't your PSA that a game sucked?
Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
Whereas mine was like, hey, don't fight that boss. Move on.
It was quite informative.
You can choose what your PSA is going to be. I'm publicly servicely announcing it. So
yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
So you're doing a PSA on PSAs right now?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I thought I'd just nip that one in the bud. No one's really engaging with my PSA, so I'll let you do all the PSA chat.
Yeah, and just before we move off this PSA on Elden Ring Part 2, it did that thing that Horizon Forbidden West does, where you're in this massive area, you do all these things, you're like, this is awesome and huge. And then you beat the first boss, and then you're actually shown the scope of the world, and you walk out onto a cliff, and and you're just like, oh my God.
That is such a killer moment in the first Horizon.
Yeah.
Because when wasn't
Aloy.
Aloy, you are literally taken to a cliff, and it's just you thought that was
You thought that was good.
Here's some
Check
shit.
out these puppies.
And then you're just that for me, it was at that point I went, fuck this.
Yeah.
Bugger this. No,
Yeah.
never mind.
And so Elden Ring did that, and it's probably the best version of that I've ever seen in a game. It's amazing.
well, as I said, once I get my my next gen
PS5.
console, which is going to be probably an Xbox.
Xbox, that's right, yeah.
Once I save up a little bit of coins, I'm definitely going to be jumping on the old Elden Ring.
Perfect. Quick question before we leave this. Your top 3 games you said, so I imagine Elden Ring, Witcher. What's the third?
That is so tough. I'm a sucker for our open world RPG type games.
Really?
Yeah. Which is literally what those two things are.
Yeah.
I'd say my favorite game I've ever played from a younger years, that when I first played it, I was like, this is awesome, is Fallout 3. Because I hired that from the video store.
Not New Vegas, just straight Fallout 3?
No, because I'd never played a Fallout open world game before. And then all of a sudden I played that and I'd seen the trailers. Oh, this is weird. And I was just like, oh my God. So it's probably Fallout 3 back in the day, though. Now Vegas was better. And, but I'd probably go those 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Just thought there might be a City Skylines or a Buzzy Island in there. But
oh my God.
All the
totally
Skyline shit.
I totally forgot about City Skylines. I've deleted it from my brain. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
Now it's time on the podcast for Gazing on the Pulse with the Noob Squad.
Nice little
Damn.
pulse there, Storm.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Do pulses have a sound? That's your heartbeat, eh?
Yeah, the beating of your heart. Yeah.
As you would.
It is the news squad. You did right. 2 pieces of news today. This one's 2 days old, so relatively fresh. Chuck it in the microwave, heat it up for a bit. You'll be good to go.
A month ago. Go on.
Yeah, she'll be sweet as. Burn that bacteria off it. Avalanche Studios. They made Just Cause 3. Do you know Just Cause?
Yes,
Just
good
Cause.
game,
Possibly
good
got one
game.
of the best gaming highlights on TikTok at the moment.
Because of the ridiculous stuff you can
Just
do, right?
foul.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So they recently had a project they've been working on for quite a while cancelled. And that wouldn't really be news to me, other than the fact that Just Cause is so epic and action-filled, right?
Yeah.
The game they were working on was an open-world Iron Man game.
Oh, because I was about to say the only problem I have with those games is Just Cause 2 was amazing. Just Cause 3 was really, really good. I never actually played Just Cause 4, but it kind of felt like they reached the point of we've gone so extreme, we can't make it any more extreme. So they tried to introduce
That was like Far Cry as
tornadoes
well.
and stuff. Yeah, and it was just
Yeah.
The same.
bit of a hat on a hat situation by then.
It is.
So it's what were they going to do next? That would have been awesome.
Iron Man, literally a detailed, Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys have played the Spider-Man games. I love them.
Outstanding.
They're so good.
Freaking love that game.
Open world, you're a superhero. It's one of the best things ever. The storyline's awesome. If they had done a similar thing with Iron Man and you're flying around a big open map and could do all that crazy stunt stuff, and I was like, that could have been a really cool game.
I think what happened was because they came out with that Avengers game that was made by Sony Studios, I believe.
Square Enix.
Sorry, Square Enix.
That was a massive money grab, wasn't it?
It probably was,
Yeah.
but it was also a horrific game.
Yeah.
Just
They released it
more
early.
Gameplay wise. So they had, for example, Spider-Man on Fortnite. The mechanics for Spider-Man on Fortnite was 1,000 times better than Spider-Man mechanics on the game The Avengers.
Right.
So I think what's probably happened is they're a little bit scared of doing any Marvel gaming. Games
possibly,
because
yeah.
of the fact that one was such a shit game.
Yeah. Business relationships,
PSA, by the way.
NDAs, and any other number of restricting factors. Apparently, I don't know. So who knows
So it
why?
sounded like Disney didn't want it to happen. then.
Yeah,
That was-
possibly.
yeah.
I mean, but they're so far into development, they would have had permission from everyone ahead of
you
them.
would have thought.
Yeah, and the Marvel game was released so early, and it was it was underdeveloped. Blah blah blah. Apparently, though, the Guardians of the Galaxy game is really good. Apparently, that's hey, I know you guys hated Avengers, but Guardians of the Galaxy really cool.
It's like being on it's like being on Tinder, and I can only
Wouldn't know, G.
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I've
Shucks,
been
you
living
know.
this life vicariously.
Yeah.
but it's like being on Tinder, and you've had that first just shithead of a date or shit gal of a date.
Well, girls
then-
have heads as well.
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
good.
That's a good amount.
Although you
apparently.
were saying off here that they, don't use them very often, weren't you?
Look at him. He's like, oh shit! Oh, I've been exposed. So yeah, it's like being on Tinder. You have a really shit date, and then you just expect all of them to be the same. Whereas that one person who's come up on your chat, I know you've probably had some shitters.
Yeah.
Give me a go.
Give it a go,
I'll be
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And then you do have a go, and it's like, man,
What do you
Yeah.
mean by have a go?
and you're pregnant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
That's what I meant.
and
Is that
also-
what you wanted? Have you been waiting long enough for some filth to come on the podcast?
You know, I don't like that shit, Storm. I'm a clean boy.
Weird.
Sorry, to continue that analogy as well, Iron Man turning up on your Tinder is the equivalent of like a 10 out of 10. Like everyone wants to be Iron Man.
If you're into dudes, sure.
What, is there something wrong with that?
No, I'm just not into dudes. So personally, Iron Man pops up, I'm swiping left.
The equivalent of an Iron Man,
Right,
which is a 10 out of 10.
Also,
on
he
your
wouldn't
persuasion.
get Iron Man because in Tinder isn't like gender, so you don't, unless you're Iron person.
Yeah, Iron
Iron
person.
woman.
Yeah, Keezy.
Iron Heart, I believe, is the female character of Iron Man.
What is it? Iron
Heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a movie coming out, a TV series coming about that.
Of course it
was
is.
announced
Yeah.
in the at the San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, there you go. So I'm personally quite sad because I think Iron Man's probably, I'm not a huge fan of the Marvel Universe, but he's probably my favorite character. Just because I love that first movie when he builds the suit and busts out.
Incredible.
Yeah. He's
It's
the-
still rated as one of the best Marvel cinematic films of all time.
Totally.
If you had to sleep with one man from the Marvel Universe, who would it be?
I don't know. Is the one that can transform into a chick or what? Or is it X-Men?
Doctor Strange? Could he do that?
Doctor
Who,
Strange
Benedict
could,
Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. There you go. Or the Incredible Hulk have a hoon on him.
Dr. Banner.
My other piece of news here is that FIFA 2023 is about to go on sale and it's pre-ordered around the world right now. But one store accidentally put the price in wrong and it sold for 6 cents. So it must have been like US dollars, must have been meant to be 60 or
Are
something.
they upholding that?
Yeah, and so EA is, or whoever's, so it is EA. They basically have said, yeah, everyone that got it for 6 cents, congratulations, here you go.
Yeah.
So a whole lot of people got to buy that because someone forgot to put zeros
Here we
on
go.
the price.
Accidentally. Sure.
Yeah.
Go on, EA. Tell us it was all a
Yeah.
trick.
Can I actually do a PSA here, a real one? Can we not pre-order EA games?
Just
That's
don't
a good
EA,
league.
just
You should
don't-
know by now.
Don't pre-order anything.
Unless if it's 6 cents, go for it. I'll let you have that. But anything more than 6 cents, I don't think you should be pre-ordering an EA game.
Can I do a bold claim?
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
ask permission to do stuff on this podcast. Absolutely, just do it.
And I just, being respectful.
Yeah, of course.
So someone on Twitter actually said that a lot of the AAA games at the moment are pretty trash and that they've found that there is more value and a lot more enjoyment in indie games at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
and to an extent, I would start to agree because I think we're getting brought in by all this like out now featuring bloody, we spent $1 billion on it. Whereas you got Joe Blogs from like something like, I don't know, bad example, but like Red Ant Studios has just made a game about like sculling back beards and you're like, oh,
yeah, I'd way
that's
rather
gonna
play
be
that
me, yeah.
than the new God of War game when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd way rather play that than Elden Ring. Yeah, I'd way rather play that
hold
than
on.
the Grand Theft Auto 6 when that
It's
comes
that
out.
big AAA money coming
Boys.
through there, isn't it?
I'm not going to lie, my take the piss meter is off the roof at the moment.
I think there's a valid point. People don't look at indie games enough because a lot of them are amazing. Like, what's the farm one that you love? Stardew.
Stardew Valley, made by Wonder. And Chris, if it's all right, can I say one more thing as well?
Yep, permission granted.
Apparently you don't have to ask. You can just do it.
What?
Yeah.
EA AAA games, are starting to rip off indie games as well. So I think there is something to that. That indie games are the hot thing right now, but I think
that's
that's
right.
going to get ruined in a couple of years. So make the most of it.
Wasn't that first game actually called Phone Call of Duty? But then Call of Duty,
And it was
Really?
about topping up your SIM card.
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
had to text your mum.
And they stole just the name and then turned it into a shooter.
And then turned it into, and
then they
ruined
turned
it,
it into
in
a
my opinion.
Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
Yeah, far out. That's crazy. But I think that's actually, that bold claim you did, I think they've got a good point.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good indie games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a hill I'm going to go up and die on. But
No,
it's,
I actually worry with how a lot of games, for example, what are some games that have, like Marvel Avengers, right? Comes out, everyone's amped, then it's shit.
Tra-la-la-la-lash.
Grand Theft Auto is releasing 4 or 5 different versions of the same game they released 10 years ago. Skyrim's
Unnecessary.
doing the same. All these big companies are starting to make decisions that are freaking me out. And I'm thinking, in 10 years' time, will there still be good AAA games? So I kind of get where they're coming from. I hope there is.
I would agree. Is that the pulse? Is the pulse there?
Yeah, the pulse is done.
Oh, sweet.
Flatlining.
Time of death. Something
Something
that we mentioned on the Jinx. Something that we mentioned on last week's podcast was the idea about creating a Decathalon-based gaming event, similar to like the Commonwealth Games. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think we were talking about Commonwealth Games. You brought up Athens 2004. The
You
Olympics
guys were like,
was
oh, I love that game.
I actually,
you're the man.
it was more like, oh,
Yeah, it was a huge
Keezy,
game.
you're the man.
Yeah.
Massive. And
Yeah.
so we then decided that we're going to move into talking about if they did make a decathlon event at the Com Games, at the Olympiacs, what would be some of the events that you would expect to see for a gaming
Characters.
decathlon?
Yeah.
So, because what I was picturing when we were that randomly popped up in last week's podcast was I was literally picturing like a whole lot of almost like Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games, where you've got a whole list of all these video game characters. You've got Yoshi, you've got all the PlayStation, you've got Crash Bandicoots there.
Yeah, cool.
All of them, and they have to compete in a decathlon of all these different like things in video gaming worlds.
So what would okay. So do you have an example? What would you expect to see? Maybe instead of Pac-Man being chased around by ghosts and trying to munch back some cherries, would you expect that this event is the Pac-Man 500, where you've got Crash Bandicoot, you've got Sonic, you've got Link from Zelda, all trying to last as long as they can in the Pac-Man maze? Is that what was that what you were thinking? Were you like,
and this is the good thing, is it's open to interpretation.
Okay.
So my thing was like, well, what's in a decathlon? You got to do a sprinting race. So it'd be interesting to see the fastest gaming character is.
Right.
Is it Sonic? You know what I mean? But then instead of the high jump or the triple jump, do you know how to double jump?
Yep.
Because in video game world and platforming back in the day, you could unlock a double jump. Or like Banjo-Kazooie, for example, if you're on the chicken legs, you do the extra high backflip. Yeah, and then like so things like that. So there'd be a double jump where you go jump and then jump again when you're halfway in midair.
What's actually quite funny about that is it'll be what attire certain characters would wear. So for example, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie, they're in the decathlon, it's the double jump round, and you see him switch from bare legs to chicken legs, right?
Yeah.
You'll see Crash put on the red shoes, because that's what he gets to then be able to do double jump.
Yeah.
Mario would bring his hat so he can jump into that and get
Mario
more height.
would bring the hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So that's an example of one of the events, the double jump.
The double jump.
I think there should just be a generic running race, because I want to know who is the fastest, because there's a lot of fast characters out there, especially, as obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, who's known for being really fast.
I can tell you 2 events I'd be looking forward to. The hammer throw, because a lot of video game characters have got a spin move of some kind, so they're obviously going to be launching that hammer. Probably works for discus too.
Well, I was thinking like you could have in the same way like shot put, because for example you could have Mega Man and he'd just load the shot put into
and then just shoot it.
Yeah.
You'd also have Super Mario would just put on the white overalls and then pretend like instead of bouncing fireballs, he's now bouncing.
Oh yeah, but the problem is you don't want to bounce a shot put though. That's he'd have to kind of jump.
Yeah, I think it'd probably give him that ability to be like, that's how I throw. Because I feel like when he's not wearing certain clothes, he's like, I don't know how to do this. I'm only in my red overalls, I'm in my blue overalls. Now I'm in my white ones. I know how to throw. I know this mechanic.
I think it'd be a matter of like, if you've worn it in a video game, it's fine. If there's a Mario game where you've been able to do this, then you can go for it. Because the fact that Banjo-Kazooie can have a rooster in his backpack and then just swap out willy-nilly with literally a chicken and then compete, that should be allowed because it's Banjo-Kazooie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's totally fine.
The other one I had was the javelin, but another big part of video game, especially recently video games, is crafting. So you actually have to craft the javelin before you're actually allowed to throw it. So I thought that could be another aspect.
Crafting.
It'd be characters from Sims Castaways. Creating a...
I love how the video gaming decathlon is literally just us doing an actual decathlon, but with video game characters now. Like javelin, hammer throw, a running race. Is this what we've got? I just had a really good one. What was it? In shooters, when you throw a grenade and it doesn't go far enough because your guy can only throw a grenade so far.
Grenade throw. A
grenade throw. Because like Gears of War, for example, back in the day, you'd swing the grenade around and throw it and it would go hardly anywhere, and you're trying to seal up a hole in the ground where aliens are coming out.
I would actually like to see an event kind of similar to the Coney Island hot dog eating competition.
Oh, yeah.
For the decathlon, but more for characters that are
Kirby.
known for munching back things.
And Pac-Man.
A Kirby.
Oh, like power-ups and stuff.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Even to an extent, Mario, Luigi, because they munch back mushrooms while they're doing their own shit.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, all gaming characters eat consumables for health and bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
So you could just be like an eating competition.
Yep. There was one that I'd like to do, and I could only think about one character who could potentially win this, and it was called like the straight-faced competition, and I don't know what the rules about it, but the idea that the character from Doom, how he gets beaten up and he just progressively keeps the same face, but he's just got blood and he's beaten and battered, always smiling though. He's always got the face on, but no matter what, it's just it's either smooth or it's like just mangled up.
To be fair, no, he does grimace when he's getting real beat, like you can see his teeth grit.
In the original one?
I think we were talking like Doom 64 or something.
So,
teeth are gritting.
How would this event work? Is it just a dude standing in the middle getting the shit beaten out of him, and then every now we go, stop, let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, back at it. Boosh. Stop.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I think a little bit of that. Or maybe it's just like a whole bunch of characters who are well known for taking damage and see how much damage they could take.
Like a Metapod?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Huge Metapod fan over here. Jesus.
But if I were going to be like, Metapod, Kakuna, maybe even Master Chief to some extent, because he always just takes a hiding and then
Actually, yeah, it could be as well. I've just remembered, in Far Cry, how when they heal, they like pull bullets out of themselves.
Yes.
and-
Yeah.
yeah,
Strapping.
It could be like a self-healing competition of some sort.
Yeah.
What about reloading competition? But like it's more like gymnastics, so it's like the
Execution.
most creative reload.
Oh, so you got to jump from cover to cover while reloading or something like that.
'Cause-
Yeah.
But then I was thinking that also the speed of the reload could come into it, because in Gears of War, if you hit the reload button again at the right time, you do a speedy reload.
Yes.
And if you miss it, you jam your gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's quite cool. They can do it quite fast.
Yep. Have we come up with 10 events yet?
I think we were very, very, very close. One that I'd like to add in is a running race after everyone's just been flashbanged. Or like an obstacle course. Because you play Call of Duty, you get flashbanged. I can't see.
Wait, the thing with Decathalon is that all the characters, they have to take part in all events. So
All
it's not
events.
like just Mario's just going to be like, I don't run very fast, so I'm not doing that.
No, he has to
I'm
do
not
it.
saying that
Get out
they're
there,
not
you fat
doing
bastard.
it. It's just, exactly. It's
Is it
so
someone-
funny to the idea of Mario trying to quickly reload. He doesn't know what the
No,
the
but if you
hell a
hold
ribbon
down
is.
B, Mario runs faster as though.
Yeah, for not
Not
more
like,
than
Sonic fast, bro.
Well, yeah, but
Come
Sonic's
on, bro.
known for
on,
being
don't be- what an-
fast.
But what
What
about
an idiot.
you've got to keep in mind actually like a climbing like rock climbing, because you got like Nathan Drake
Nathan
in
Drake would be
Assassin's
awesome.
Creed and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
where they can unrealistically climb up everything, like a race to the top
Yeah.
of a rock wall.
Link from the Breath of the Wild, he'd be pretty good at that.
Oh, no,
Stamina's up.
but
If
he'd
his
be
stamina's
bad.
up.
Because his stamina would drop.
Like other characters, like a Drake or
yeah,
like
I
a
see.
Oh my God.
He
Ezio or
could
something.
climb anything,
Nathan
though.
Drake couldn't climb it.
I've just thought of one that the main character from Elden Ring would probably win is highest drop off without dying, dropping off a ledge.
Ooh, yeah.
Sonic. Crash Bandicoot would win that.
Oh, because is he invincible?
Well,
Yeah.
if it's not the bridge, bloody,
to nowhere.
the
road to
the
nowhere.
road to
Nowhere.
nowhere, he can pretty much fall from like any height, and,
And he'll be sweet. Yeah, right.
He just
okay.
does a little like, ugh.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is I'd like to see one where if they are still acting like they're being controlled by their person, because some characters, if you don't move them for a while, they just start doing dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like best AFK dance moves.
So, and once again, how would this work? So, for the first like 10 minutes, are we just watching them stand there doing nothing?
Yeah.
And then they do like a little dance move. And it's
It'd be like
"Yay!"
1 minute, and it'd be like the most creative one dance move. That they
Right,
have.
okay, yeah.
So I
Right.
just thought of one.
What?
Teabagging contest.
Oh, like after you killed someone.
yeah.
The squatting.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that was
Squat.
going.
Yeah.
But, okay. I forgot I opened up the filth door, so yeah.
Yeah, and no one lives behind the filth door more than Shoujo Shuka there. The teabagging
yeah,
contest. Just to
yeah.
finish things off on a tasteful note, I think, the
Okay,
teabagging
yeah.
contest. I don't have any others. I think I'm all out.
Oh,
But
is it? We just-
I'd watch this. It's not a decathlon. It's like 20 events, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just the Olympics.
Yeah. And I tell you what, we're going to carry on with other stuff on the podcast now, but I'll think of some stuff and then just interrupt and say them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But only if you ask for permission.
Oh, yeah. Sweet as.
Oh, just a quick PSA. Keezy might come back to this type of content in the next break that we're about to do.
Yeah.
Good PSA, man.
Thanks. Alrighty, lads. I don't quite remember who posted this, whether it was IGN or Gaming Bible. GameSpot, there you go. But they have released a photo of some of the evil things we have done in video games, AT, which is
Right.
short for all time. And I thought what I'd do is read off this list
Yep.
and see how much of shitheads we all are.
Yeah.
It's kind of like to put a finger down if you've
Yeah.
continued.
Or drink if you've done this.
Or drink if you've done this. Never have I ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we play it like that?
without having to go to a closet and
Yeah.
like hook up with someone at the end. So
Can we
it's-
do Never Have I Ever and then you just read them?
Yeah, sick. Okay. All right. So I'll read out the list. I'm just more hoping that you have played some of these games. I mean, most of them are quite popular, if I'm being completely honest. Okay. Never have I ever, in Super Mario 64, thrown a penguin off the mountain.
I've done that. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, no, we used to do that all the time. My old mate and I had an infatuation with like finding the highest point of a game and then doing stupid. Like we used to do it on San Andreas as well. Drive a tractor up to the top of the highest mountain because tractors could tow one another.
That's
And
right.
then
Have a train of
kill
like
a really cute animal.
yeah, but it's just fun, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shucks.
Did
Like,
you
you got to
ask
learn to
the
live,
penguin?
man.
Well, screw the penguin. He can fly.
No, he can't.
Can penguins fly?
They're more known for swimming.
Oh shit!
There's-
Did I kill a penguin?
Well, unless it landed in the water, I think you may have.
Nah, I landed on the rocks.
Oh, bro, that's a massacre point for penguins. Okay, so you're
Right.
an asshole. So
I'm
far.
drinking, yep.
You're all good. Okay, I'm drinking. All right. Oh yeah. Never have I ever on Roller Coaster Tycoon captured guests and charged them for using the bathroom. I don't like that one, so I'm going to scrap that and say never have I ever made a death coaster on Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I've never played Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I know what you're talking about. One where it takes so long to get round that people die, or the G-forces and stuff are too hard.
Or you don't complete the end.
Yeah,
Oh, they just fly
And
off.
it just
Flying
flies
off.
off. Yeah,
Have you done that?
100%.
Hey,
I love it, man.
oi.
It's sick.
I have not. I'm in the same. I've played a little bit of Roller Coaster Tycoon, but no. I
Yeah,
haven't
back in the
done it
day.
yet.
Well, the same Red Dead Redemption. Like there's no honor meeting. Like it's all good. You can
Meter.
confess.
Yeah, but no, I haven't.
But I say meeting
Yeah.
and that too.
Yeah, no, I was running a responsible roller coaster park.
I'll not drink.
Trying to run a business here, man.
Maybe I could just add in this. Could have got Adam to add in sipping sound effects, but I think this makes it more realistic. Never have I ever in Grand Theft Auto, in any Grand Theft Auto, actually, they've said Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'm going to say any. In Grand Theft Auto 5, intentionally run over innocent people.
Oh,
One
yeah,
of my favorite Grand Theft Auto pastimes, I mean,
I'm drinking
I mean,
for that. Yeah,
I think everyone that's ever played it has to drink that.
yeah.
yeah.
Weird if you didn't.
That's weird, isn't
Maybe
it?
I change that. Never have I ever not
Nah,
just randomly killed people in Grand Theft Auto.
because everyone that's ever put that disc into their game, what does that sound like again? Yeah, I feel like it was better earlier in the
yeah,
podcast.
No, you
yeah.
put me off guard. That's right.
Yeah.
Nah. Still sounds like you're like taking a hit or something. Yeah, if you haven't done that after putting the game in straight away, then you're
Yeah.
weird. So
I was going to say, never have I ever immediately tried to get 5 stars or 6 stars or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Hell
It's a
Yeah.
mission. Like it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could extend here a little bit, Grand Theft Auto Vice City to some extent, San Andreas. Never have I ever pulled up to the prostitutes and tooted at them to get them and jump in the car.
Yeah, well, I had to stimulate the economy, so of course I have.
Yeah.
Of course you do that just because it's a funny mechanic in the game. That you toot and then they hop
here we
in.
go, keys.
Yeah.
And then they hop out and then they've got your money and then you like run them over and then you get your money back.
Yeah, that's what should be on there.
You should probably take a big sip for that.
Yeah, well, come on, everyone's
finish
done
your
that.
vessel, Chris.
Everyone's, how about never have I ever
Fresh vest for
Yeah,
keys.
come on.
never have I ever gone into like an in-game strip club and then bought a dance that wasn't part of a Grand Theft Auto mission.
I'll do a full vest.
Look at you, you're getting wasted over there, Storm, mate. And you shook. Don't lie, mate.
There's sometimes I've jumped onto Grand Theft Auto just for that.
Yeah. Then
No regrets
Yeah.
either.
But the missus go to bed early or something.
Oh no, it was the internet was being shared around the
yeah.
rest of the house, so I couldn't really.
Good call.
Yeah. All right. Never have I ever on The Sims removed the ladder while they're in the pool.
yeah,
of course.
While someone is swimming in there.
I once tried to make I decided that my neighborhood needed a church. You can't have a church without a graveyard. You can't get gravestones.
Without killing them.
Gravestones aren't available to just place down. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm murdering everyone in town.
Which is more sadistic. And
I held a pool party.
Forgive me, Father.
Yeah.
forgive me, Father, for I have simmed.
Hey. So I held a house party, right? And it was a pool party. Everyone came around and I was like telling everyone to go for a swim. And then they all hopped in and just deleted the ladder and then left it on like 3 times speed. And like went and made a toasted sandwich or something.
Oh, so you didn't even stay to watch. You just
Nah, for some reason I didn't want to watch them all die, shucks.
Oh,
God,
okay.
weird guy. Wait, this guy.
Yeah, no, I didn't record them either. Like that scene from the Green Mile was like, you watch, you son of a bitch. Okay. Never have I ever in the game Zelda intentionally attacked the cuckoos or the chicken.
I've never really played Zelda.
oh, I've thrown a chicken. Does that count?
You're meant to. There's one mission where you're meant to.
But you throw them into the water and then they reappear on the land.
Yeah, well,
magic.
you can actually attack them with swords, and there's like,
Oh, I probably
which
have
they
done
sound more turkey-like, if I'm being completely honest,
Yeah.
on the game when you hit them. Like,
So you've obviously done it, Storm.
oh yeah, well, I've been playing Zelda: The Ocarina of Time on my Switch, and and I had just gotten the sword, so I was like, I need to let off some steam, so I started swinging at the chickens, which is all
Started
good.
knifing
Yeah.
chickens.
This is an interesting one. Never have I ever let my Tamagotchi starve. I'll make this cool and let my Digimon die.
I didn't have a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, never had one.
My
Do you guys have Digimon?
No.
my fiance's little sister had a Tamagotchi. Also, she another one is a Neopet.
Oh,
If you had a
man.
Neopet on Nintendo DS or anything as well, that could fit in there, but I've never done that.
Nah.
Wait, wasn't it Neopets on Nintendo?
I don't know.
I think Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
Yeah, Nintendogs.
Sorry, yeah. Or Neopets. That's another thing.
Never had
completely.
Nintendogs, but Neopets was a good one. I'll leave you with this one because I feel like this sits right in the Keezy wheelhouse. From the game Skyrim, never have I ever murdered everyone.
Nah, I don't do that.
I didn't do that either because
Feel
I
like
was
you
always
could-
scared about.
I feel like you could add Red Dead Redemption in there, murdered like a town.
But there's one mission where you.
I hate that mission. You have to shoot up the whole town to get old mate out of jail.
Yeah, like, was it?
Micah.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. And now everyone in the town hates you and you have to be an outlaw in that
Yeah.
one mission.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I hate playing games easily
And it's
like
just
that.
Arthur like shooting behind the moving carriage. He's like, God damn it, Micah! Bro,
Using
get in
dead eyes to
behind
just
me,
blow
Micah!
people's heads off.
Yeah, so I'm not drinking to that.
Okay, so I think if we can do a bit of a check, Chris, you've certainly got more devil horns than most of us.
Which is crazy because it's not really my sort of thing, being a bit
maybe
of a
that's
dick.
where
Which
you-
makes it even more scary, I think.
Yeah.
You're pushing it away
Undercover.
in a closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out.
Closet.
So I'm the most evil out of all of us.
Yeah, but I'm close. I mean, Shucks
And
is
hey,
lying to
goody
us.
two.
Yeah, but I feel
over
like
here.
Shucks just didn't have any of these games because his
That is-
family
that
is
is true.
extremely poor. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Shame.
It's like being back in primary school.
Remember when you used to get bullied for not wearing shoes? Man, that's a cracker. Hey, just before we get up out of here, I've been inundated with ravens, emails, general mail, texts, Instagram DMs, TikTok DMs, Twitter DMs,
Bebo DMs?
LinkedIn DMs of people wondering when are we going to do a no sleeper again? And
What was it?
Yeah.
I'm not a dog, so I can't hear.
doing a no sleeper again.
A no sleep.
And that's where we take one game and we do not turn off the PlayStation, the lights. We are in the heart of the Export Beer Garden Studios here and playing it from start to finish. Now, we've done Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. We've done Crash Bandicoot.
Halo 1?
Halo. Oh my God.
We do all the
those are
OG
good ones.
games,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because they are the best for it.
September 9th, we've locked in the first no sleeper for 2022. I wanted to try and keep it simple because I know we've talked about maybe doing Simpsons Hit and Run, but that requires us to source a
Hack a whole bloody
console
PlayStation
and sort of
3
stuff. So I
and,
thought
yeah.
maybe if we keep it simple and look back at one of the sequels to a game that we've already played, e.g. Halo 2, Crash Bandicoot, maybe we'll skip number 2 and go straight to Warped. Have a ponder, have a think. Any suggestions from games that you guys would like to do?
Well, we've still got Tony Hawk 2 as well.
Tony Hawk 2, which
That's
we
another
haven't
one.
done yet.
Yeah.
My suggestion would maybe be Crash Team Racing just to go to
Yeah,
like a
good one.
different type of
Another good
platform.
one.
Shucks did bring that up. So these are the kind of discussions that we have. But lock it in, September 9th. You can follow the ACCNZ on Twitch, Instagram, or I don't know.
It'll be on Facebook and YouTube and stuff, won't it, as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
We'll talk to our mates at Sky and TV1.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard out.
Prime,
News
Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah,
Try and get it
Disney.
streamed on
Yeah,
there
yeah.
as well. Lock it in. September 9th will be the first no sleeper for 2022 with the Noob Squad. With that being said, Keezy, got anything else you want to chuck in? Did you want to run back any of the old content before we get
No.
Yeah,
I
Decathalon
stand.
ideas?
I stand by
So you
everything.
didn't have a new Decathlon event?
Any?
No, I
You
totally
promised
forgot.
us another one.
I totally forgot.
Damn it.
You know what? You guys say what you're playing over the weekend, then come back to me and I'll have a Minas event, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Any PSAs?
No, not right now.
You got a PSA or?
No, but I've been playing God of War. PSA. Pretty good game.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that might even be a hot take. No, it's not.
No, it's not a
No,
hot
it's
take.
not a
It's
hot
well
take.
known.
It's right down the middle, yeah.
That's a hill I think a lot of people will be
yeah.
happily die on.
Thoroughly enjoying it. So, yeah.
Okay, I haven't been playing anything, if I'm being completely honest, which is really bad for a guy who's one of the hosts of a gaming podcast.
Sorry, just looking at he's really
I'm really trying to pad here because Keezy, have you seen that? There's like a Da Vinci statue, and I think it might be the Michelangelo when he's
David.
kind of like it's
Thinking.
David.
on his
David, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, thinking.
And he's thinking, so
Yeah.
massive guns. I think we may be trying to just.
I could have
do too
padded a
much,
bit
yeah.
longer. I also got that Road 96 game.
Root.
No, it was Road.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was
Wait,
Road
just
96.
think about
yeah.
your own shit, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can I
okay.
focus on your... Just you
Yeah.
give me the nod when you're good to go, Keezy.
Hard out.
Yeah, I played a little bit more of it. Still don't really know what's happening, but I've read more reviews and everyone says it's an amazing game.
I still swear you haven't actually played it. He's still going on reviews.
I'm 100%. I've played it. I've played.
Oh, have you?
I'm on my third run through of because it's like a rogue like or type or whatever they call it. So you keep coming back to the start.
I can't complain. I've been spending the entire podcast sessions that we've been doing since Elden Ring's coming out, talking about Elden Ring purely through reviews. So
yeah.
It seems like we're just the review regurgitators up here.
Well, you two. I'm out here on the front lines.
That podcast is actually starting.
Another interesting thing, because sorry, are you ready to go yet, Keith?
Are you gonna?
I can tap this in. I can.
I've been ready for ages. It's shit, but if you've got something red hot,
I was just gonna say, Madden 23 is coming out soon. I've also been seeing the reviews. Apparently, it's trash, which makes me very happy.
Actually, before you start, one of my favorite TikToks at the moment is a guy who I think he's been playing as a quarterback for a college. And
yes, I've been saying this.
It's so good, and he commentates like he is, like it's real. You know?
Like he actually went out and played the game himself.
We had our big game against Ole Miss, and I was absolutely throwing dimes to my wide receivers who were catching colds only, dropping balls. So I had to go up to the training sessions the next day and really try and earn my starting spot with the coaches. I did well. Great to see that I managed to get through that rival game, and we move on to the next.
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
Yeah.
Note that down. It's
Good luck competing with that, Keezy.
And with that,
last Decathalon event.
before we get out of here,
right, ready? I've thought about it. I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
The final event of the Decathalon is all the gaming characters there have to see how much loot they can hold.
Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah. Because you know, because you know how you've like Grand Theft Auto, you've got like three RPGs, machine guns. Yeah.
I think that's great.
Well worth the wait.
You're welcome.
Worth the padding.
Woo!
And the nonsensical chat that we had here. Until then, till the next episode, and September 9th, happy gaming.
That was the Noob Squad podcast. For more, follow the ACC on Facebook.